Welcome to Vertical Football. Yeah, and this is the five things we learned Chelsea versus Wolves. Chelsea versus Wolves. Chelsea 3 and Wolves nil. I think overall view of this match, I think it was a very good performance from the boys. We played the match for 90 minutes like we have always done. We kept our attitude right. I think we were willing and there was desire to go for more even when we got the first goal. And I think we did a whole lot of beautiful things. There are individual performances from people like Ganacho, Malogusto, Estao coming in and just making the spark. Like a boy at 18 years, and you're just looking at him coming into a match and is making that much instant impact. It just gives you this very good feeling of what this boy can offer going forward. As he grows, as he matures, it's just going to be beauty up front. And to the defenders, I think they were pretty nice. And Ganacho, to be very specific, I think that was a very superb performance from him last match. And I think the coach was really impressed, I believe, because you saw it. It was 90 minutes for him. Unlike the other matches where he would have gone out in like the 60 or 58th minutes. It was 90 minutes for him in that match. And I think it's just a good performance for the boys overall. And I think the match is a very beautiful one. We kept a clean sheet. That was the 81st match for Enzo Maresca and 51st win. That's good stats. That's very good stats for me. So let's go into the five things we learned in this particular match. And the first thing for me, I just think we need to talk about the attitude. Yeah, the attitude towards the match yesterday was superb. And we have spoken about this so much in the way Chelsea played this season. And we found out sometimes we start well or sometimes we don't start well. And then as the game progress, we tend to like build up into the match. And there are some matches where we start really well, and then we just go into the second half and we just go deep and it's just all south. And to speak about the attitude, we saw how we kept knocking in the first half. We kept passing the ball around. We took shots, and it's no surprise that we had 11 shots in the first half and 3 on target. And the defensive duty in the first half was pretty nice. I think I loved what I saw. There were points where, because we pushed a whole lot of players up front, we were kind of like, we left a whole lot of space in behind. And when when Wolves broke our passes and they were trying to transition into attack, I think the boys show willingness, most especially Fofana and Chalobah. They showed willingness to go and cover up, and they got the ball. And I didn't even think they test Sanchez in the first, not even the first half alone. They didn't test Sanchez throughout the match. That's to show you how it's two ways. We can see it in two ways. That's to show you how willing the boys were in doing their job. They covered everything pretty nice, and it just puts on this other part, speaking about Wolves, how dull their attack was. But we still give credit to the attitudes of the boys in the way they strived and pressed on, went into the second half, got their goal and did not stop, and went on to like get his second goal and got the third goal. And I think it's just superb from the attitude that the boys showed. And this is just me. My viewpoint is, like I have always said, keep the standard. Don't go into the next match and then you are giving us a dip in performance. Just keep the standard, and I believe we'll go places with this kind of attitude. So let's go into the second thing. The second thing is, I just want to point out one thing that would have eluded a lot of people, which I believe in the first half, we did not exploit the half spaces. Yeah, we did not exploit the half spaces. As much as they were sitting compact, they did something that I felt like, okay, this would have been a very beautiful opportunity for us to take advantage of. They played 5 in the back, which is very unusual for Wolves. I don't think I've seen them play 5 in the back this season. They would have done that, but not so often. But playing 5 in the back according to the actual formation, and they even stuck to it in the match. We pinned our wingers wide like we have always done, and they did something weird. They made sure their fullbacks were standing with the wingers. So just for the fact that we're doing that, and because the other 3 centre backs are going to be around the box 18. There were spaces behind the wingers. And I even saw at one particular point where Liam Delap, because he's that guy who wants to like drag the defenders out of their position so that there can be space created. Sometimes he came back into like the what's it called, like the central attacking midfield space, like the role coming deep a little bit out of the box 18. That created space in behind. I was expecting some kind of run when Ganacho got the ball and Delap has dragged out. I was expecting some kind of run from people like Enzo Fernandez or Cucurella. But I think in the first half, because I want to put it on the fact that we were trying to be cautious of turnovers so that we'll be able to cover those spaces in case we lose the ball. We did not really exploit those spaces. So they were very reluctant to run into those spaces in which they can get some very first-hand ball from Ganacho or from Pedroto in Malogusto in trying to like exploit the half spaces. So I think we were very reluctant in that part in the first half. And in the second half, I think we did much better about that. So I think we not exploiting the half spaces was limited to the first half. So coming into the second half, I believe the coach would have seen it. Even the players themselves would have seen it and like, oh, we need to exploit this place because there was always space there. We are pinning them up high there. The three guys in the middle, they were doing something like they were not spreading across because they were scared people like Enzo Fernandez will want to exploit those spaces if they spread across. So they stood compact to themselves, and that gave space between the fullback and the left centre back, or between the fullback and the right centre back. And I think in the first half, we chose not to exploit that space just for the fact that we were trying to hold our defensive part of the game. But coming into the second half, I think we did really good. People like Enzo Fernandez ran into those spaces. People like João Pedro ran into those spaces. Even Ganacho sometimes left his position and allowed Cucurella go outside a little bit. He didn't occur so many times. Come into that space, and you even find out when he got to some point, he had to like drag his defenders close to that area. And I think that's where he got two of his assists. Yeah, so he drag this, we push them close to the box 18 and then make his cross. And I think if we can just keep on doing things like this, we will definitely get better and better. So let's go into the third thing. Is we forced them into a situation that they did not want to be. I think the mentality was good for me. In the way I interpreted the game, the main quest for that game was to score the first goal. I believe, like, if you look at the way we played and the way we were so hungry to just put the ball at the back of the net, you understand that, okay, this is the psychology behind it. Score these people this first goal and they will lose their shape. And it's very obvious that was what happened. We forced them into a situation where they don't want to be, because the 5-3-2 they play, 5-4-1 they played, it was good for them. They were just all at the back, blocking the shot, making us recycle passes, and they were very fast in the way they shifted from one side of the pitch into the other side of the pitch. But we just need to like get that goal right, get that mission right, score them the first goal, and they have no choice than to come out and play, because you just cannot sit now at the back of the pitch and contain that pressure for 90 minutes. So I think we did really well in making sure that we put them in situation where they did not want to be. And it turned out good for us. We got the first goal, they opened up, and then we went into them and scored the second one and scored the third one. So let's go into the fourth thing. The fourth thing is going to be like I will always say, probably because we analyze football here, we tend to like pay attention to things that not everybody would necessarily see. And this just goes back to the issue of we being complacent whenever we have gotten the first goal. I think I do not really like that attitude, I would say. As much as the overall performance was good, we still need to pay attention to moments, because these are patterns. These things occurs. These things are things that has been happening in the club. So because we got the 3-0 win and a very good performance, that does not mean we will not call things that did not go right. That does not mean we will not call them out. And this is not me being hard. This is just me bringing, that's my job. Like sitting down here is to go and watch the match, see things that went well, see things that we could do better on, see things that we can improve on, and bring them to your site. So I think this one is the issue of complacency whenever we have gone 1-0 up. And the only advantage that we had in this match was Wolves was bad going forward. They did not even get, I think their overall shots, I don't think they had up to 5. Sanchez did not have one save. It was just more of a blocked shot or off target. And that was the advantage for us, because when they got to the ball, when they took charge, after we scored so let me narrate the scenario. After we got our first goal in the 51st minute, from the 51st minute to the 65th minute, when we got the second goal, we were the second best. Probably we will have to watch the match again and see these things. We were the second best. We gave them chance to play into the ball. They were more vertical in their passes. So that shows you that we were not compact. We were not marking well, because they were moving the ball from phases to phases easily. And I think we need to stop that. We need to be able to keep our head up. Even if we have gotten the goal, we need to show the drive and the hunger to want to get more. And trust me, if we had played a team who had a good attacking option or who had a good attacking threat, after the 1-0, they would score Chelsea back. Because it was very easy for them to progress the ball. They were passing through us like we were never there. So I think the issue of complacency whenever we go 1-0 up is something that we should address in this club. So let me go into the last thing, and it's just all praises, but I want to give the praises most especially to the wingers. I would like to give praises to Malogusto, because I think I was really, really impressed with the way he played in that particular match. His defensive duty was sweet. His offensive duty was something to always hold on to, and it's just beauty for him for getting his first senior goal for Chelsea. That was beauty to see, and in the way he helped us, he was that guy who unlocked that part of the game for us, scored the goal, and just opened the game so that we can play more into it. And so let me go back to the initial points, which is the wingers. I think if these boys can keep up this level, we're going places with them. I bet you. And even in my last show, I spoke about how the absence of Cole Palmer has caused us to depend on our wingers for creativity and for assists and for goals. And it's not a surprise that these guys are beginning to understand what the role entails. And I just want to stay in the context of this particular match, because even in some other match, they have been fucking up or doing something around that. But this particular match, I think I love the level that they brought from Ganacho, most especially his take-ons. He was a little bit reluctant sometimes, but his take-ons were good. His crosses this period was sweet. His ability to track back and come and take the ball and move into attack, I think it was very explosive. The assist he got, it's just all praises for Ganacho. And I think the only thing I need to say to him is keep up that level. And to the other side, in the person of Estao, it was sweet to see. Sweet to see a 10-year-old boy in the Premier League. You know how intense this Premier League is. And every time he comes into the pitch, every time he step on the ball, it's just something very beautiful to see. Like, you just have this joy watching this boy play. And it's just mind-blowing for me that he comes into the pitch and it was instant impact. He didn't need 30 minutes to get running. You just need to get on the ball and move on with the ball. Like, it was instant impact for me. And Jamie Gittens and Pedroto, these boys are just different level. If they can keep this particular performance, if they can keep the standard, if they can raise the bar as high as that level, and I think they just need to keep on doing that. And I know you will have a whole lot of people say it's Wolves. But yeah, it's Wolves. But at the same time, performance is performance per match. So if they can come up with this kind of performance, I think they will play against any defense. Going on, beat your player. Look at Estao, 2 guys trying to mark him, but all he just need to do is not unnecessary dribbles, not being scared that they are to just go, take them on, move faster than they are, and make the square play and make the cut back. And there's even another one where he gave to Magui, who just tried to punch it to the net but did not actually get it. So I think it's just all good from the wingers, and overall for the guys, I think they were superb. They were superb and they were good. And these are my 5 things, guys. But let me just crown it with this. I know I've spoken so much about area deals. Yeah, but in this particular match, area deals from my center back in the partnership of Fofana and Chalobah was top notch. We not even just area deals in general. We were superb on it. And I tell you, these are things that will shift us a level higher than where we are, or even 2 levels higher. Because when they are sending ball into your box or sending ball into your defensive third, if you cannot win it, then you put yourself under pressure. But when you win it, you return the pressure back to the other guys. So we won most of they won most of the first balls, but in the duels, this is close to like 50-50. So you are not going to send the ball here with the assurance that you are always going to get it. So I think we did really, really well in the way we won our area duels, in the way we won the grand duels. I think Chelsea was good in this performance. So my message to the guys is just keep up the good performance. Don't be complacent when you have gotten your first goal, and just make sure that when you are going up front, get goals, get assists. And that's a message specific to the wingers, even to the attacking midfielders, Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo. Everybody was fantastic in this particular match. So guys, these are my 5 things. What do you think? I know there's a whole lot to be seen in this particular match. What is it that you have seen that we did not necessarily see? So put it in the comment section. How do you feel about the match? How do you feel about the performance? Let's talk about it in the comment section. And this is brought to you by Vertical Football. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you have not done that. We see you some other time. Now, must stay.